Thank you and welcome to this foundational course on residential multifamily and how you can find your first property, go through the transaction process, rehab it if that's what's necessary, and get it cash flowing, get it making money for you. I'm going to be sharing a lot of information in this course, and I want you to rest assured that you're going to get a complete, comprehensive overview of this process, purchasing that first deal and going through all the steps to make sure that you don't make mistakes, that you are staying on track with everything that needs to be done so you can get to the goal line of having this asset, whether it's a 2 unit, 3 unit, 4 unit, making you consistent cash flow each and every month. We're gonna be starting from the very beginning, from how to access deals, how to find deal sources, so forth, all the way through the lending process, how to inspect a property, all these things, everything, how to put a team together. It's a comprehensive foundational course. And you're gonna see that there's gonna be a lot of information in there. We've got bonuses for you as well. It's just a lot of information that I learned from the beginning, whether through the specialized knowledge, but also a lot of it was through the action that I took. As you know, with any endeavor that you take on, there are going to be a lot of lessons that you'll get once you're in action, once you're in the activity, the doing, when you're rolling up your sleeves and going to work to get a project done. So I'm going to be sharing that with you and hopefully saving you a lot of time and headache so that you can reach your goals even faster. I want you to know that and you've probably heard this being said before, most of the world's millionaires have been made through real estate, or even if most of their fortune isn't in real estate, they probably have real estate within their portfolio. And that's definitely the case in the US. And obviously this course is based on US real estate. I don't have the exact figures, but I would imagine that of the 90%, 90+% of millionaires that made their money through real estate, I would venture to say that more than half of them probably did it with multifamily, which is where you take an asset that has units, that has apartments, you fix it up, you stabilize it, meaning you make it functional, and then you rent those units out and you collect cash flow. And I would imagine that if I had to take a guess, probably more than 60, 70% of those millionaires in real estate are doing it with multifamily. Obviously, there are a lot of different ways to make money in real estate. You have people who lend money. You have people who do flips. You have Airbnb, so forth. But primarily, what we're focusing on in this foundation course is multifamily, long-term multifamily, not short-term where they leave after a weekend or a week. This is long-term multifamily where they're on a lease for a year, 2 years, whatever it is. So just so that we're clear. Also, you may be wondering, man, I don't know if I can do this. This is a lot. Everyone starts at zero. The biggest real estate investors had to start at zero. They had to start with that first deal. They had to make that initial down payment and start their journey. So don't feel that if you have zero experience, you're in the right place, because this foundational course is going to lay out a blueprint of how you can do what they've done, even better. Okay. When I started, I had no investing experience. I got into the real estate game because I wanted to become an investor and build income and build a portfolio. And it took time for me to get up to that point. It definitely didn't happen overnight. It took me a few years to get up to that point to get my first deal. So I'm going to show you how to hopefully shave that learning curve so that you can achieve success that much faster. Also, not only are we going to teach you about how to create a cash flowing asset. But understand too that on the backside of this, multifamily investors are solving a huge problem. If you didn't know, there's a severe housing shortage in this country, especially an affordable housing shortage in the millions, because there's not a lot of new construction happening. A lot of the new construction that's happening is for more higher end luxury housing inventory. There isn't a lot of affordable housing inventory because it just costs a lot to create it, to construct that housing. So you know, a lot of developers feel like, you know, maybe let's say they're creating a 100-unit complex, maybe a portion of it is going to affordable housing, but the cost for labor, materials, the permits, all the paperwork, all the things that they have to do, it really constricts them. It hurts them in terms of if they want to even create affordable housing. So a lot of the affordable housing stock is it depends on the buildings, the houses that are already built. And so we're going to be talking a lot about in this program, because this is my experience. This program is really based on focusing on affordable housing, that existing house that you can fix up and rent out and keep it affordable for the average person, the workforce person that needs an affordable place to live. That's what we're going to be focusing on in this course. And you're doing an amazing job when even a 2-family house that you renovate and rent out, you're doing a hell of a job because you're providing a needed essential service, which is affordable housing. So we're going to get into the mindset now in the next lesson of what it takes to be able to put yourself in the position where you can now launch yourself into this business. All right, so stay tuned and I'll see you on the next one.